Okay. So there's a big YouTube thing going on right now. A lot of advertisers are pulling from YouTube because a lot of their ads are being played on a lot of offensive material, a lot of hate stuff, and they don't want their stuff associated with that. But here's it. So like if let's say you click on like I don't know, some Nazi group hate speech video, and then a McDonald's ad pops up.
Right.
They don't want that. McDonald's doesn't want that.
Okay. So yeah, they don't want to be associated with that thing.
Bad things like that. Yes.
Right.
So, a lot of groups have pulled out from YouTube and don't want to be a part of them anymore because of that. Here's the thing. They can't control every single... First of all, they can't control every single ad and where it goes and what it puts in. It's all done by bots. It takes whatever content it is and the title and stuff and kind of matches it to whatever the user's watching, to what they think they're going to like. So they've been trying to get their sponsors back, to make these creators money, to make them to make money too. And they've come up with this idea, which I think at first I was kind of iffy, but as I read through it and then I watched my buddy Phil talk about it too, Philip DeFranco.
Right.
It kind of makes sense and it kind of might actually work. But the thing is, it's not necessarily going to hurt small creators. It's going to have to force small creators to make better content.
Right.
So here's the deal. The thing is that starting today, which was April 6th, Thursday,
right,
is that they will no longer be serving ads on YouTube channels that aren't partnered.
Okay.
Partnered YouTube channels. So the way that let's say you start a channel right now.
Okay.
All right. You can't be part of the YouTube channel partner program because you will now have you have 0 subscribers, and the only way you can start making revenue from it is you have to have 10,000 views lifetime, which is what every single news outlet is just putting 10,000 views, and people are not reading past the article to see lifetime. So that means you start making videos and one video gets 1,000, then the next one gets 1,000, some get 500. So you kind of have to a year later, you get 10,000. Then you get the chance to be part of their partner program.
Which gives you the chance to make ad revenue.
Yes. Which will also be going through a process now, which means they'll look at your content and see whether or not they will let you be partnered, a YouTube partner. And if that process goes well, then bam, you'll become a YouTube partner. And you'll be making money off, or you'll be able to put ads on your stuff. That, like I said in the beginning, is going to make smaller YouTubes make better content, in my opinion. And also it's going to make less shit videos out there for ads like McDonald's to be put on something like a hate speech.
So the thing was, McDonald's didn't want...
Well, it wasn't just McDonald's.
Well, okay. Large corporation
there you go.
Doesn't want people making... They don't want people making money off of their ads if their message isn't in line with whatever. So the way they're combating that is by pulling their ads, and now YouTube is saying, here, we'll put this in place. So it's not necessarily that they don't want to be associated with those channels or videos. It's that they don't want those people making money off of their backs.
Yeah. Exactly right. There's
studio audience is very sleepy, very, very sleepy.
So I think this is actually a pretty good idea. Because, like I said, it's gonna. 10,000 views is really not technically too hard to get.
Right.
If you do make good content, I probably didn't reach 10,000 until 2008 or 9, I think. And I've had my channel since 2006. Now I'm at 23,000 views.
Right.
So it's really not too hard if you think about it. Just make good content. You can even put content up every day, and I think it's good for anyone who wants to be a daily vlogger, really.
Right, but here's my issue with it. This is going to be fine. But it's an arbitrary thing that they're putting in front of. So you said that you have to go through a process to become a partner.
After you hit 10,000, there's
So
going to be a process.
then there's actual people that are going to review your content. So there was this thing. As people know, I'm super into professional wrestling, and there's a website called Pro Wrestling Tees, and what their whole gimmick is, it's T-shirts made by the wrestlers to sell to their fans, and the wrestlers get the revenue from the sales. But the way that they were doing it was you had to have their original arbitrary number to put on it was you had to have 2,000 followers on Twitter. So what people were doing, guys that had been in the business for less than 6 months, weren't even having matches on actual cards yet. They were still training. They were in the process of training. But what they would do is that they would do all the shitty follow back bot shit on Twitter to arbitrarily build their follower count and have a store on Pro Wrestling Tees before they're actually participating in live cards. So all this is great until somebody comes up with an algorithm.
But I think that's where the approval process comes through.
Right.
Because you can tell when someone's buying followers.
But that's not going to stop. That's not going to stop people from doing the thing I'm talking about, though.
Trying to find that loophole.
And it's going to flood YouTube just the way Twitter is flooded, and why I hate looking at Twitter now. Instagram is becoming that way, where everybody's doing it for the likes on Instagram, and it's fucking obnoxious. I have recently pared down all of my social media thing, like the following part. Like, I was at a point where it's not a lot compared to most people, but I've had about 200 things that I was following and keeping tabs on. And then slowly I started to see that those people weren't manning those accounts anymore. They handed it over to an algorithm because it was shitty retweets of fucking follow back bots. And I'm like, no, this is garbage. So I'd gone through all of my social media accounts and deleted everything that didn't directly pertain to me or people I know or something I'm like super into.
Directly connected, yeah.
Yeah. And for now, this is an awesome thing that YouTube is doing. And like I said, until somebody figures out a way to scam the process, to inflate the view numbers, and then get looked at. And then all it takes is for them to make 1 or 2 videos that are not shit, because they're not going to sit there and watch every single video on a person's channel to decide whether they should be on part of the Partners program. They're going to look at the most recent shit and be like, oh, this seems all right. Boom, you're in. Because they don't have the manpower to go back into the backlog and watch every video on every person's channel that's got 10,000 views.
See, I wonder, true, but I wonder if that's why they came up with YouTube Heroes. Yeah. Or did they, I don't know if they canceled that. But I think that could still be around. Uh-huh. So maybe that's part of another thing where the approval process goes through. So they'll have that manpower, or maybe they'll make up their own new sophisticated robot and try to figure that out.
We'll see.
It's just a matter of time to when that happens. But from what I've been hearing too, like any new channels out there's no ads on them. Mm-hmm. So it's good if you like a certain YouTuber who you don't want to see ads on.
Right.
But I mean, there's good to this, and there's also like questions, and I'm sure those questions will be answered in the future.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is not too terrible of an idea.
No, I on paper, this is a great thing on paper, because again, like you were saying, it's going to force people to
make good content,
be better, and be more consistent.
Yes. Because like some of the comments even reading on this post from YouTube, it's like, well, that just makes it harder for a small YouTuber to get anywhere. I'm like, no, it's up to the person themselves to try to put good content.
Yep. Everything
I try to do ever since 2015, like I've been trying to put good content out there, at least the best of my ability.
Yeah.
And I'm curious. I think I'm gonna go back because that's really when I started taking it seriously, from 2015 to now, and see how many views I have in total. You should, if I reach that 10,000.
You should do what every YouTuber does and go back and do a reaction video to your
God,
first
no, I don't
YouTube
want to see
video.
my old. videos.
I'll do it with you.
I know what my first YouTube video is.
Yeah?
And it's not this. I'm not even in it.
Oh, really?
No, it is at my friend Michael's
funny.
graduation.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just took video of like the soccer field, like really old, like 240p video.
240p. Oh, man.
And it was just like, they were just reading off the names of everyone graduating, and everyone was clapping once.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
I mean, hey, we did that in high school. They would always say, like, please refrain from applause until after everything is done. So they would say a thing, and then everybody go, boom! And it would just be one clap, yeah. I mean, that's a thing.
Which
that's a
makes
thing.
sense.
That's
that
a
makes
thing.
sense. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Probably because I never graduated.
That's funny.
So yeah, well, I guess we'll see what happens with this.
I'm interested to see how people game the system. That's always what I like watching.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a way. Someone's gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Yippers.